Alright, so today we're going to make some bacon and eggs over medium. I'm going to make eggs over medium and just the perfect crispy bacon. So first you want to make sure that your stovetop, I have electric cooktop here, so you want to make sure it's not on too high. A lot of the issues people have with cooking bacon on the stove is that they turn it up too high, it cooks too fast, and then it burns. So you want to make sure, you see I have it just on 3, okay, which is not even halfway. And here soon you'll see it start to sizzling, but you can probably hear it just a little bit there, and it's starting to cook. Because you want it to cook, but you don't want it to cook too fast. So you can see it's starting to cook a little bit faster now. And so the other issue that people have with burning bacon is they don't turn it enough. When you notice that you hear it cooking faster, that's the cue that you need to go ahead and turn the bacon over. Even though it's not brown, you don't want to wait until it's fully brown on one side, because by then it's too late. So you go ahead and turn it over and let it cook some more. And maybe every minute or so you go ahead and turn it. You don't want to let it cook too much on one side. You want it to be even on all sides. Alright, so now it's time for us to go ahead and turn it again. And you can tell that it's really speeding up there. So you have to have patience, number 1. Number 2, you can't be stepping away. If you are putting your food on and stepping away, bacon and eggs cook way too fast for that, and you're gonna mess it up if you step away from the stove. You need to be right there and able to turn it. I can smell and hear when it's time to turn my bacon. Alright, we're going to turn it again. And you can see that it's actually starting to get quite brown now. You see that? It's starting to brown up. I'm going to put my spatula right there. And try and flatten this out. But you don't want it to curl up too much, so I'm just going to press it down so this part flattens out some. Do the same thing over here. I'm going to leave my spatula there so that it'll keep that and it'll evenly cook. So you can see it's really cooking pretty good now. So you got to be staying on it so it doesn't burn. So just that quick, I'm going to turn the bacon again. See how brown that's getting? But it's cooking evenly. Look at how brown that one is. So it doesn't take very long. And if you step away and get distracted, you'll miss it. We're going to turn it again. See how nice and brown that is? I'm going to turn this one again. And you see it's popping a little bit, but not too much. That's the other thing. If you cook it on a higher temperature, it's going to be popping out on you and burning you. You're going to be like dodging bullets trying to turn your bacon. So if you have it at a nice steady pace, your bacon will get done just as soon and it'll be done correctly. Not like burnt with raw spots or just burnt to a crisp. I'm going to turn this one more time. These are about done. So that one, see that? Nice brown, no white spots. I imagine there are some people that like white spots on their bacon, but I'm not one of them. I don't like chewy bacon. I like my bacon to be nice and crispy. So this one is all ready. It's done. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to lay it here on my napkin. And this one is done as well. I'm going to lay it out on my napkin so it can drain. And you want to drain it. Leave the eye on because we're doing bacon and eggs. And I'm from the South, so I'm going to use that good bacon, those good bacon drippings to cook my eggs in. So there's your bacon. You let it drain a little bit, but look how beautiful that is. Nice, crispy, no burnt spots, no white spots. All right, for the eggs, because what happens is the grease will start to get too hot if nothing goes in the pan soon enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my eggs going. And I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. So you'll see I turned it down just a bit from the 3. We were all the way on the 3. Now we're just a little bit below the 3 because the pan is really hot right now. You can see the stain. We're gonna do one egg at a time. And they're gonna pop a little bit because the grease is hot. That's why we turned it down so it doesn't pop too much. You see the bacon grease going all around it. I'll set the camera here for just a moment. All right, and this is another thing you can't step away from. You want good eggs, you can't step away from the pan. You got to be right there to cook them. All right, so we want these eggs over medium. That means cooked on the outside, but yolk on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. There you go. So you see it's nice and crisp on the outside, but you want, when you cut into it, that yolk to be nice and buttery on the inside. No egg whites that aren't cooked. So you want the egg whites to be cooked, but the yolk to not be cooked. Okay, and it only takes a few seconds here. So it's already brown on that side. I'm going to take this one out. That's a perfect egg over medium. So I'm going to add some salt and pepper to that one, and then we'll do another one. All right, I'm going to show you one more, and by then you should have gotten it. And so the other thing is, if your yolk busts, all bets are off. Who knows how the inside of it's going to be. So you got to be careful not to bust the yolk. So there you go. I'm going to move it around so that the grease gets all the way around it. And that bacon grease will flavor it. So you don't need to use much salt to actually season the egg. And this is the one I have already salt and peppered. And there's our good crispy bacon there. It's drained out pretty good. And it's nice and crispy and perfect. No burnt spots. You see our temperature has been cut down a little bit, so the egg is cooking quickly, but not so high that it's going to burn right away. I've found with making eggs like this that just having a steady, even, controlled temperature makes all the difference. And so this one we can tell is brown around the edges. You can see the brown around there. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over. I'm going to have to move y'all. You see that? Nice and brown on the outside. We're gonna let it cook for a few more seconds, then we'll be done. All right, we'll go ahead and take this one out before it cooks too much. I'll lay that one right on top of that one. That will keep that egg nice and warm. And I'm gonna do one more off camera and then I'll come back. And there you have it. We have our nice bacon and eggs. Nice, tasty, simple meal. And here is the test. If the yolk comes out when you cut it. Let's see. There we go. We have perfect fried eggs on the outside, but nice and buttery on the inside. Believe it or not, these are really, really hard to come by when you eat out. People don't get it when you say you want your eggs over medium. So if you like this video, like and subscribe. And who knows what we'll be uploading next. Anyway, y'all have a good Sunday.